This is Dee with Divine Needle, and this is the weekend reading. Welcome to the age of Aquarius. So, had fun on Awakening to Spirit's channel this morning. She did readings for all the signs, and I was having so much fun with the energy of the people that watch her that I held off doing the reading. It's all about divine timing anyway. Anyway, yeah. This weekend, I'm going to look at a couple of things we got going on here. We're in the first quarter on the moon right now, and it is sitting at, the moon is in Taurus right now, and it's first quarter. So things moving slowly over the weekend, maybe. Let me march forward. The 19th, 20th, and 21st is what this reading's for, and then the moon enters into Gemini over the weekend. All right. And we are in Pisces with the sun. Happy birthday, Pisces. And everybody with Pisces placements. I'm a Pisces Venus myself. Okay. Is there anything else that's sticking out to me? It's interesting because while I was hanging out in that chat and just enjoying the energy on her channel, Miss Cindy, 1111 popped up, and a couple of us mentioned it. And Mercury is at 11 degrees in Aquarius. That's sticking out. Black Moon Lilith at 13 degrees in Taurus is sticking out to me for some reason. Some slow energy happening with Taurus. Fascinating. Okay, I'm going to look at the Sabian symbols for the next 3 days too. Today, a squirrel hiding from hunters is the Sabian symbol. A squirrel hiding from hunters. So maybe some negative people in your energy we're going to be tucking away from or hiding from. And then the following day, the 19th or 20th, petrified forest. Slow energy. Petrified forest. That feels really slow. And then for the 21st, we have heavy traffic on a narrow isthmus. Very busy energy. Very busy energy. So we go from slow and ducking and hiding, Seven of Swords card energy, and Knight of Pentacles energy, into the crazy, frantic movement of the Eight of Scepters energy. Fast moving. Knight of Wands, Knight of Scepters energy. Interesting. Okay. So, for the weekend reading, they've been so fickle about this deck. They tell me they want it, then they don't throw out cards, and today it was a wishy-washy. Yes, no, yes, no. But they said yes on this. So, we're going to take a card from Heart and Soul. That one stuck out. We'll see if it does it again. Oh, wow. These cards are being weird. Really weird. Maybe we're not doing this card today. It's the first one that stuck out to me, though. What's going on, guys? All right. It's this one. All right. Fascinating. Beautiful. Look at that. Blue, watery energy. Very much so. That feels very, going into our creative, intuitive energy over the weekend. Maybe that's why we're going more slow the next 2 days and then going into frantic after that. All right. You are focusing purely on the negative, but there is also a positive side you are not seeing. Your mental attitude and thoughts can make things seem good or bad, beautiful or ugly. All is a matter of perception. It's interesting because I say that all the time. What you think, you shall become. Be positive, for behind the perceived darkness there is much love, light, and good fortune. Mm-hmm. Right now, many of us are in manifestation mode, so staying positive is very, very crucial. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's that card for today, for the weekend, I mean. February 19th, 20th, and 21st. TGIF, everyone. And no, I did not forget. All right. Oh, they gave us one. Gave us 2 or 3. Opening to discovery. Time machine. Discovering a time machine. And into me I see. Interesting numbers. That's a 7. Breaks down to 7, 3, and 8. Opening more doorways. This reminds me, when I see this, they told me in the codes Purple Gaia. That reminds me of that. The keys to Purple Gaia is a time machine. The holodeck, the Matrix. Speeding up time or going back? Into me I see. All right. We're actually going to look at the book on these because it could offer more insights on the cards for some of you. Opening to discovery. Card 34. The small bits of data you collected from the world to form ideas and transfer of vital information via the universe, always speaking to you. The need to integrate information and be discerning about what you expose yourself to. When in tune, we tune in to information from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyches. Every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing. Oh, yeah, I'm an Aquarius, trust. I totally get what that's saying. Especially since the advent of the internet, we have been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messages or messaging invites us into a cynical, fear-based worldview. Yeah, and I detest the fear-based worldview. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us toward growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We are part of it, after all, through synchronicity, omens, and other signs that point toward our best path. Our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non-resistant is key to learning. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. Ooh, that'd be interesting because I know I got the two suns in the sky and other odd things. I get information from all around me. The universe, I hope you guys are paying attention too, because they're giving you clues all around you. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out superfluous noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe and you shall have it. Nice. Time Machine, card 3. Inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. We rely on stories we inherit from our ancestors, our families, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. As we develop new stories in life, we build on those old foundations, repair them when we can, and tear them down to begin again. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of your ancestors are yours to integrate into your life, so you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. You have a magical map with which to navigate your current circumstances. Look to the past for answers now. Ask yourself, in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? They've made big mistakes, I can tell you that. What traits can I emulate in order to move through this challenge with wisdom? How can I build on what I already know and integrate this understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps you couldn't see that you were repeating a pattern until you were well in it. The best course of action here is to rest, practice self-compassion, and make a conscious choice to do something differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. History repeats itself, only if you allow it. The most important thing is that you are becoming aware. You can make a different choice regarding how you respond to life right now. Yes, things can be awkward and uncomfortable as old hurts are revealed and new solutions are attempted. The time is ripe for change, so keep going. Every step is important. Allies will rally, but in the end, you are the one you've been searching for. One day, you will remember how your beautiful new story was just around the corner. Wow. And card 8, Into Me I See. I love that card. Intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection. The willingness to be vulnerable. At certain precious moments, you're called into a deep, meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical affinity arises with the kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself. The relationship acts as a mirror, helping you to see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution. Now is time to take a risk by connecting with another. Can you see how far you've come? Can you see what is still active within you that needs to change or heal? Will You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another. Even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes, you can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you right now. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamics in your closest friendships, work relationships, and family say about you? Relationships are extraordinary opportunities for healing. When pr- um, when predicted on or predicated, on honesty and caring, they have a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might ever expect. If you can look into, take a risk and see everything is beautiful, even with its imperfections, imagine how deep you could go. hmm Very deep. That was very profound. Okay, so they actually gave me cards that time, even though it felt wishy-washy. Okay. Whew, for the weekend coming up. Those on missions need FYIs. What have you got for us theme-wise? The source. When you see into yourself, you see into source. The source. All right. And to me, I see the source. All right. What is the overall energy for this weekend for those on a mission down here or in here? Oh, very nice. The wheel of life. Some sort of destiny. The time machine kind of feels that. Like that card. So does the source. Hmm And what's our highest priority for this weekend? Okay, that came flying out. Shining Dew and the Champion. Oh, nice. Very nice. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for this weekend? Okay. The Seeker. The Nocturne. Remember those were on the underlying, the Burdened One, and the Haunt. Okay. Seeking knowledge. Doubling down on that. Feeling overwhelmed. Duly carrying the burden of others and a lot of up in your head. Underlying the Holy See. And a peek at the Dynasty. And the Demon. And wow. Big cards under there. Big ones. Okay. Whew. Underlying the Holy See. Key 5. Major Arcana. All right. When the Holy See appears to you, you are confronting what you have inherited and are now tasked to evaluate that inheritance with individual responsibility. This is the spirit of sovereignty over your sole purpose. When the Holy See appears to you, it's time to evaluate your material, cultural, and social norms. Discern for yourself whose interpretation of the arcanes is the correspondence that rings true with your divine higher genius. When Key 5 appears to you, take care that you are not following a false prophet. Restrain your indulgences. So the underlying could be a Taurus, because that is the card of Taurus. So those of you dealing with the Taurus and wealth multiplied, 10 of orbs, the dynasty. All right. The overall energy, some destiny, that can also be good luck this weekend. Key 10. When Key 10 appears to you, you are at a major turning point in your life. This is a symbol of changing cycles and even the cycles of our mind, how we change our perception, right? Based on the evolution of our experiences. This is also our karma and the law of causation. This is the guardian spirit present during a major shift in your life. Big shift happening. Or major good luck over the weekend of some sort. Highest priority is the Knight of Cups, moving forward in emotions. In the emotional realm, waters and waves. Okay, let's find that knight. Knight of Chalices, the shining dew. You are now being given divine instruction to alchemize the elemental nature of water to enhance social charisma. Transmuted water helps you decelerate, slow down. Yep. Just like the sigil or the Sabian symbols were saying that Friday and Saturday are slow. Slow down your frantic movements, find your calming center, and reflect. Fluidity is the quality of being like water, as is the Taoist philosophy of Wu Wei, and the shining dew is here to guide you toward free flow so you might roll with the waves and let the natural movements of karma take you where you need to go. The Knight of Chalices is your guide as you navigate the waters of destiny. Slowing down and achieving an inner calm will lead you to wielding incredible soft power over others, which in turn endows you with the influence you sought to have. When this card appears in a divinatory reading, Spirit is telling you to sublimate what is deep within your psyche into the material world as creative or artistic product. Allow your soul to be visible. And if you do that, you will have victory. The Champion, 6 of Scepters. That's what that card is. Victory card. Yep. The Champion is the spirit of victory. When the 6 of Scepter appears, success will be yours. Yet, here we were reminded there are always two sides to victory. The Champion can bring wisdom, wealth, seed, life, dominance, peace, and grace, as noted in the 7 double letters corresponding with the sacred 7 planetary rulers in the back wall archways. Likewise, the Champion can bring folly, poverty, desolation, death, subjugation, war, and ugliness. The imagery of the spirit here conveys the core of the message. To be the champion, one must be oblivious to pain. For there to be victory, there must be self-sacrifice. If you seek to defeat your opponents in competition or combat, then with the support of the champion, you will be victorious, though with it comes personal sacrifice. Victory always necessitates personal sacrifice. So, moving forward in emotions and love, there will be a victory on some destined path you got going on. And what to be mindful of, prepare for. This seeker, this particular one, has been in the readings constantly. This is spirit in search of science. This is seeking the answers and doubling down to do that. Working harder than everybody else, well into the night, the nocturne, maintaining balance while you're doing that. The burdened one. Is this a divine trial or divine assistance, or is it both? Are you being asked to carry the burdens of others? That's a possibility. And feeling all up in your head about that. Anxious energy. Remember that that's the shadowy energy being in your head. It also, oh, yeah. Let's look at this Nine of Swords, because these cards are pretty self-explanatory. I want to go a little deeper into this. Let's see, I'm looking at the planetary alchemical symbols on the cards too, just in case there's something they're screaming at me about. There's a lot of Jupiter here. The Nocturne, the Champion, and the Wheel. Lots of Jupiter. Jupiter brings gifts. So this could be an incoming offer. The Shining Dew. Some sort of incoming offer. But let's focus on the haunt now, which is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Restful sleep eludes a figure who sits upright in a bed, face buried in hand in slight fetal position. The astrological glyphs of the planets and signs stitched into the bedding signify the fate, circumstances, and consequences of your own action that you now lie in. This is also how you feel. You're being hunted and bound by your fate. Behind the slatted wall of swords is a dark horned shadow. The shadow is the haunt. The background is an illusion of space, a seemingly endless, spacious checkered room, emblematic of hermetic duality, that leads through the archway to an endless hall. This is, as Aleister Crowley calls it, the Cathedral of the Damned, and it is anxiety personified about what the future holds, because, at least for the moment, your perception of your present is bleak. But remember, it's perception. And yet, the imagery of the Nine of Swords card reflects back to show you that your perception is an illusion of space. You feel despair over the cruelty in this world, and you are not wrong. But you are wrong about your helplessness. The haunt is the haunting of our own past actions, our inner demons that we have not resolved, our regrets, and our actions we have taken both against others and against ourselves. The haunt is a spirit ally, and an appearance during divination made by the haunt could be this beneficent spirit detecting malefic energies or psychic poison arrows in your vicinity and alerting you to such presence. That's very likely. Thus, the haunt is often assigned to conduct a full spiritual cleansing, banishing, or to engage in a more proactive shielding or personal protection rituals. That's interesting because we've had a visitor here in the house the past few nights in the shadows. Yeah. Yeah, moving stuff on my bedside table and moving stuff in the kitchen made Nell actually get up to go look last night. And it doesn't feel malevolent, but perhaps a good dose of shoo, out of here needs to happen. Could be. And that's the Nocturne. So some of you, it's a possibility, you're in search of answers, and some of those are coming at night. The Nocturne, right? For some of you, that's what's going on. You have some visitors visiting you at night, perhaps causing you a bit of anxiety. Remember, put up your bubbles, or whatever is your method of protection. Put up the shield. Shields up. Shields up, Scotty. Or is it Spock? Shields up. Or is he just the one that reports whether the shields are up or not? I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, my hubby's here. while I do this reading.
What up? It's your boy.
So anyway, yeah, some of you are actually having some nighttime visitors, it would appear. Others just experiencing the burden of others and having some anxiety over it because you're busy seeking answers and trying to double down on that. Anyway, so let's get some energy going out. Maybe you guys could give us some advice for this weekend. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. I'm gonna pause the video.